Welcome to another video with a brand new Archos 53 Platinum smartphone, which is a cheap smartphone by Archos with a 5.3 inch screen, as the name already says. And we unboxed actually last week the Archos 50 Platinum, which is also about the same smartphone, and actually it's quite the same since the technical details are really similar. You can already see it here on the front, but if I show you the back of both, you will see that exactly there is only the display size is the difference. We have on both 960 x 540 pixel resolution, 1.2 GHz quad-core processor, 4 gigs of internal space, which is expandable, 8 megapixel camera, and so on and so on. So Archos kept it simple for their software developers, I think. What on the Jelly Bean side, since they don't have to do much, since the hardware is exactly the same except for the display size, but that doesn't matter actually. For Android, we have now, as you can see, both devices here, a lot of other devices. I don't have a Note here by Samsung, but an Galaxy S4, Xperia ZL, Apple iPhone 5, and of course the Platinum 50 and so on, but I only will show you those devices in comparison to this smartphone as soon as I unbox it, of course, for you guys, as I already did actually in German before, so I can show you around the device quite easily. So we have here the device, which is already been used for a few hours now. I will show you in a second the ports and everything. Let's just see first what else we get inside the box. And actually, let me not forget here, this is a micro SIM to SIM adapter, which is quite nice since a lot of people already use the micro SIM smartphone, and with this you can switch back to a SIM. It costs about 50 cents actually if you buy it online from some Chinese websites, so you can buy a bunch of those. Then what we have, of course, inside is a little headset in white. We have a microphone and one button, not in ear and not golden tip end, but it's totally fine. Then we have a little power adapter here, standard USB power plug, which gives out 800 milliamps at 5 volts. Then we have two little manuals here, nothing special there. Micro USB here, cable, and of course the technical assistance telephone numbers right here on an extra sheet of paper. So that's what's inside the box and what's actually on this device. So we have on the top actually the micro USB for charging and the headphone port. When we go around, we have on the right side, kind of like Samsung always does here, for your button, for your thumb, the on and off switch. On the other side, you can regulate the volume easily with your with this finger actually. So there's the volume control. On the bottom there's nothing. You have here on the front touch buttons for Android and a little microphone, of course, right down here for taking your phone calls. It does not look too big to take phone calls, but it feels actually quite big, even though it's only 5.3 inches. We already have seen 6.4 and 6.3 inch devices. On the back we have here the 8 megapixel camera, which sticks out a little bit here on this device, and also here the flash is also right there, and the camera should focus on the device. And of course there's also a microphone, I think on the back somewhere, but I'm not sure right now, for conference calls. Otherwise the speakers are right here in the bottom, and you cannot really see them since there's just little tiny holes in there. But once I take off the back cover, which you have to do by grabbing here the bottom and just doing this, then you can see that we have here the 2G/3G SIM card, since it's a dual SIM device, micro SD, and the big battery, 10.36 watt hours at 2800 milliamps. I don't want to take it out, since then we have to reboot the device, which is actually quite quick, but this way I think it's nicer. And then you can see here again, that's where the speaker is. Just put this back on the back. Do this, and turn the device on, and you can see right away we have a beautiful Android Jelly Bean 4.1.2 installed actually on this device, with a 5.3 inch screen at 960 x 540 pixel resolution. And if we start up the camera, you can see here that the camera quality is fine, but it's not the best in terms of the colors, the front camera at least. But it's actually sharp, 1.3 megapixel, and usable if you just want to Skype. Otherwise, here actually the back camera, you cannot see it right now, but you can see it this way. It's totally fine. It's also sharp, quick, and The colors are again a little bit weird, but maybe if we take a picture and look at it at the computer, it will be better. Maybe the screen is just not perfectly calibrated. Otherwise, you can see it's a fast device. You can just go, for example, into Google. You can type in everything quite quickly here. You can flip the screen also easily, and it's just a really quick smartphone for not a high price. But before we do the full review, we of course have to do a little bit of comparison now, and then we will see you in our next video. Let's start actually with its little brother. It's not that little, 5 inches, the Platinum 50. As I said, it's essentially the same hardware. You were able to see it on the box. You can see it now here on size. They are of course a little bit different. Actually, it's easier if I just put them right on top of each other. Sounds a little bit of dirty, but you can see here there is a little bit of an edge there, and otherwise actually the Platinum 53 has a metal edge around the device, and the 50 only plastic, which is, I don't know which one is better, since I think plastic is a little bit more durable than metal. Otherwise we have of course here an Apple iPhone 5, which I can compare in size, 4 inch to 5.3. It's not that fair, and it's really not fair if you just check out this size difference. It's just crazy. In terms of thickness, they are actually about the same. Maybe even the iPhone is thicker. But one device that is not thicker is the Huawei Ascend P6, since it's the slimmest smartphone in the world right now that's available to a wide range of people. You can see 6.12 millimeters here, and actually this is how big a 4.7 inch device to a 5.3 inch device compared is. Then we have a 5 inch device, which is the Sony Xperia ZL, not the Z. The ZL is a little bit smaller. If I just put this again here on the front, you can see again that the 5.3 inch is huge, just huge. Of course, this has the extra buttons here outside of the screen. These phones have all the buttons inside the screen. So you can see here again from the front the difference. But again, here the ZL is also plastic back cover, so that's at least similar. And now we have the Samsung Galaxy S4, which is kind of, well, okay, it costs double the price, but maybe some people will want to compare this. And you can see, of course, here again, if I just put these onto each other again here, there is just a huge gap. And looking at it like this, it's also, of course, quite different, but I think even, well, it just seems like it. The Archos is slimmer, but actually they're about the same. So thank you much for watching. This was just a short little comparison and unboxing of the brand new Archos 53 Platinum smartphone, available now all over Europe. Thank you much for watching. My name is Gal. Don't forget to subscribe for the review of this device and a lot of other gadgets, TVs, and so on, everything tech.